Hello and welcome back to Hunted Mini Bikes. Today, I'm going to teach you how to change the tire on your mini bike. For all those times you can't just pump it back up again, this is going to make it easy. How did it happen, you ask? Well,
the only thing with clearings like this I'm scared of is sticks sticking up.
Came off the rim. Honestly, I wouldn't know. So we're going to go ahead and start by taking off the rear tire. First, you're going to want to locate that master link. Then we're going to get something flat like a putty knife or a screwdriver to pop that off. Next, you're going to want to loosen up that rear tire, and since I don't know what size your bolts are, 2 adjustable wrenches would work fine. And then get something to support your bike because it won't have a back wheel. Next, we're going to pop that bolt out, and don't forget the spacer on the sprocket side when you put that back in. Now, we're going to go ahead and try to remove this rear sprocket. Side note, it's probably easier to break the bolts loose when it's still on the bike. Where the hell is my WD-40? And this next part's probably optional because the brake disc doesn't necessarily need to come off, and star bits are a total pain in the ass. 99% of the time, you're going to strip them. I hate whoever made these. So I kind of knew this was going to happen, but these bolts are so tight, I ended up stripping 2 of them, and I was debating on doing the third just to make it even, but I decided not to. Well, never getting that off. Next, we need to remove the old tire, and I'm going to use my tire spoons here. My God, please don't use a flathead screwdriver, because you'll end up needing a new rim. Now we're going to flip it over and lube the inside of the tire, because we're going to pull the rim up and out of it. Without lube, this is a lot harder, so at least use some soap or something. I did find the little stick that went through the tire, and then you'll be able to see all the tire repair stuff and what it looks like once it's dried on the inside. We've got the new tire, rims brake side up, and we're going to do reverse of what we just did to get it off. So lube the outside of the tire, and then we're going to try and shove the rim back in. You will need your tire spoons for this, as it's kind of difficult, but simple at the same time. This will be the hardest part. Get your knee into it or something and get the lip of that tire in the lowest valley of the rim, and then use your tire spoon to start working it around the edge. On the last part here, you definitely will need a second tire spoon, because no matter how you do it, you're going to have to stretch it just a little bit. Now we want to go ahead and fluff up that tire, because our next goal is to get this thing to seat on the rim. If you have an air compressor, you may be able to just give it a few puffs and get it to lock on there. I don't have one, and we'll be using a different method to get this tire to seat on the rim. And remember, do not try this at home. I have done this before, and I'm a trained professional. I at least use a certain degree of safety while doing so. While that most certainly looked like a big explosion, there's a lot of room inside this tire, and it only got me to about 3 psi, so I have to quickly pump it up to make sure that bead stays. Next, we'll go ahead and clean the hub off before reinstalling the sprocket, and you're going to want to hand tighten these bolts down and then hit them with the drill to make sure they never come off. Do not forget about the spacers when reinstalling the rear tire. Some bikes have them on both sides. Mine has one for the sprocket side, and then the brake actually acts as the spacer on the other side. Now this part can become difficult if you don't have the bike at the right height, because you're going to have to lift the bike, balance the tire, and reinstall the bolt with only 2 hands. Once you get the bolt all the way through, don't forget your last spacer, and then go ahead and hand tighten the bolt on there, because we still have to add the chain and you don't want it to be too tight. And a quick tip when reinstalling the chain, if you get both ends to meet on the sprocket, it's a lot easier to pop it in, and then make sure the open end of the pop washer is facing the opposite direction of travel so it doesn't get knocked off. Lastly, make sure the chain is tight, tighten up the last bolt, and make sure the tire still spins. Thanks again for dropping by Hunted Mini Bikes and learning how to change your mini bike tire. Drop a comment, hell, even like or subscribe. And remember, watch out for finger-sized sticks in your rear tire. But instead of goodbye, I'm going to give you a quick sneak peek of how this tire does from the next video.
I don't know why I came in here with him. Oh no! Oh god damn it! Look!
That grips better in the mud.
That one?
The other tire wouldn't have done shit.
Yeah.